while I'm setting up the game, let me explain. We are going to be playing Honor Mode in Baldur's Gate 3. I've tried a few times before, but I wasn't successful because I'm way too chaotic. But yeah, basically, this is what Honor Mode is. Please pause if you want to read it fully. But basically, it's a harder game mode than a normal game mode, and you cannot go back in your saves. So first, I made sure all my mods were off, because I have a lot, as you can see. We just start, because why not, right? Hopefully you'll stay along for the journey. There's probably going to be a lot of parts, and I am very excited to finally do this. Let's make our character first, shall we? I am going to choose to play as a drow because it makes some areas, at least in Act 1 and Act 2, a lot easier. And I decided to be a fighter because, I don't know, I thought it would be fun to play as a fighter. For fighting style, I chose defense, because it brings your AC up, which is nice in the beginning. And kind of that's everything that you get, because we're only level 1, right? I also tweaked my stats a little bit, not necessarily because I think it's better, just because I felt like it. Do you guys like my decisions? So yeah, this is what my beautiful boy is gonna look like. I hope you like him. We called him Zuko. Because he's looking for his honor. And then the Guardian. No one cares. Disclaimer. This is not a tutorial on how to do Honor Mode. This is a try for Honor Mode by a non-serious gaming girly who likes chaos more than a perfect outcome. If I make stupid decisions and end Honor Mode early and have to try again, that's completely on me. I'm just here to have fun. So be warned and do not watch this video if you want a serious playthrough. Thanks! Let's fucking go!
My head.
So, first thing we do is run around, get some loot, and then go on to the next chamber. I'll show you some loot spots in case you missed those in the beginning. When I first played, I did not know I could loot here. So that's why I'm showing it to you now.
Here goes nothing.
Here goes nothing indeed. In this mode, we are going to be loot goblins. We will do lit proud. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Friend time! What will the first roll of the campaign be? Let's see, shall we? And we just barely made it. I think that's gonna be a common theme in this honor mode run. We will just barely make it. Because of that roll, I decided to not try and mutilate the brain more to make us our friend or not, because I didn't want to risk a fight. You're free. And then it was time to meet our first companion.
Abomination. This is your end.
Wow, she is a ray of sunshine, isn't she? So yeah, this is just us fighting. Two fighters just hacking away. And I must say, I am very used to playing with mods that have more enemies in them. So I was very surprised that we went through this battle so fucking quickly. That's it. Then we looted everything in the room and we went on to the next part. I don't know about you guys, but I always push a certain button that you see me pushing right now, just so we can get a little bit of extra XP. I think they're only like 10 XP, but in the beginning, every single XP helps, right? And we want to get as high level as possible. So yeah, we're gonna fight two random guys. I guess cultists is what they're called. I never even looked at their names. And then once we finish those guys off, we will go to our beautiful Shadow Horde.
You! Get me out of this taxi!
Because we have to save her, right? After saving her, we went to the restoration shell thingy. Normally I forget to do that, but in this run I am gonna try and remember it every time we come across them. But then it was time for the main fight on the ship. Will we survive? Let's find out. Well, I already know the answer, but you guys will have to watch. So yeah, while we are fighting this main battle on the ship, let me explain. I am a bit unsure how to edit this series. Because I want to include most parts, but I don't want to include me running around the whole time. Because there's going to be a system in how I want to do things, you know, like get all the quests, do the easy ones first, and then move up to the more harder ones, the more like levels we gain and experience we have. But I don't know what the best way is to edit this video, so this is just a trial. You will probably see the editing style change over time, but I wanted to ask you guys' opinions. Like, do you like how I edited it now? Or would you prefer just me playing for a few hours and just putting it on there? Do you want it more, I guess, more as a summary? What would be the best experience for you guys to be along for the journey with me? So yeah, let me know in the comments down below, and let's get back to the fighting, shall we? We had a little cutscene, which means that we are in the second half of the battle. We are faced with a few more enemies, but we might be able to get through. Sometimes I really try to go for the commander, but it's too hard in honor mode. It's too much of a hassle. So even though his sword is really nice, I'm gonna skip it for now. And we're just gonna make sure that all of our companions and ourselves get out of the ship in time. We still have 13 rounds left, but I think when the commander dies, or if we reach a certain amount of rounds or turns left, more devils will spawn. So we're gonna just have to kill the other guys and get the fuck out of there. And that is exactly what we did. There will be a very long cutscene after we finish this battle. I will put the timestamp to skip it on the screen when the cutscene starts.
The Helm's alien transponder. You've made it in time. As you wake, the tadpole squirms in your skull. The chaos of the crash site confuses the landscape. You'll need to find a settlement or landmark.
Oh yeah, introduction done. We're able to level up, so let's do that first. We don't really get anything because we're just going to be level 2, but we do get a new action, which means that we can hack people twice. And for Shadowheart, we got the following. Turn Undead and Invoke Duplicity. And we got a few more spell slots, which is always nice. This is the prepared spell list I chose. So let's continue our adventure. So this part is basically us running around on the beach and looting every single thing we can find, and then having to fight more of those little brain thingies.
Should mind my step.
When I'm fighting these on the beach, I always like to sneak up and try and take out one in the beginning. Sometimes it succeeds, sometimes it doesn't. This time it didn't succeed, unfortunately, as you can see. But we get an extra round because they are surprised. And, you know, Shadowheart actually hit, which is surprising because normally she never does. It's also one of the reasons why one of my other mode tries failed.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
So yeah, let's get through the battle, let's kill the little boys and see how we end up finding our next companion. Who do you think it's gonna be, huh? But yeah, back to the battle. I think we're doing pretty good. We already got rid of one of the little brain thingies. I keep forgetting their names, so I'm just gonna call them brain thingies if I can't remember. But they are intellect devourers. Or brain thingies. So yeah, I tried to push one, as you can see. It did succeed. I don't know why I pushed them. It's probably because I didn't know what to do. But yeah, so we did get rid of that one. So now we're moving on to the last brain thingy that we have to get rid of. I looked at like my inventory to actually see if I could throw something because I never use those. So I'm very happy that I'm actually using the items that I find right now. So I'm gonna have to keep this up. And then I tried to move both Zuko and Shadowheart back a bit because I know the little brain blast that they do is very painful. And yes, I do not want them to be down already. Yeah, we were successful. We actually made it with almost no trouble. And then it was time for my beautiful boy.
I've got one of those brain things cornered. There, in the grass. You can kill it, can't you? Like you killed the others? There. Can you see it? Shh. Not a sound. Not if you want to keep that darling neck of yours. And you, keep your distance. No need for this to get messy.
I need him alive. Stow that blade, or I'll show you just how messy things can get.
Promises, promises. But I have other business, I'm afraid. Now, I saw you on the ship, didn't I? Nod? You son of a...
I'm so sorry, Historian, but hey, you're part of the party now and we're leveling you up to level 2. Isn't that nice? You joined later and you already got more power. That's what you want, right? But yeah, so we decided to kill the boar to get some more camp supplies. And then there's like a little cutscene that you can get with this mind flayer that you find stuck on in the Nautiloid ship. But we decided to just kill it and loot a bit more. Get a shovel so we can actually dig in the ground to get more items and hidden chests. I tried to not fight with the two tieflings that are looking at Lae'zel, who is stuck in a fucking cage. Little shit. But I always fail this and I always have to kill him, but this time I was actually successful and I was really, really happy about that.
Enough gawking. Get me down.
Of course we have to taunt Lizelle a little bit and make her say please.
Never.
We do save her after that. Can't forget to level her too. Well, it's kind of the same as Zuko because they're both fighters. And then we move on to our next companion who's stuck in a hole.
Hand? Anyone?
Also, this is my favorite thing to do when you first meet Gil.
Ow! Perhaps I should have clarified? A helping hand?
Not gonna lie, I was a bit nervous that I would fail this save, but luckily I was a fighter, so I'm pretty strong. But when you fail, Gale is lost forever. And I didn't want that to happen, obviously. Next, I thought it would be fun to try and get into the little church, or whatever you want to call it. At first, I thought I was gonna fail, but luckily Astarion rolled really high, so we managed to actually get in. Sometimes I try only once or twice, and then, you know, I go from there. But because we were successful, I decided to also fight the little scribes that were hidden in the tombs. I did loot all of them. I think I forgot to do one. But that helps because that means I don't have a weapon on them. These scribes are a bit annoying, especially because we're low level, but they are relatively easy and very balanced. So yeah, we speedrun through them. And we managed to find our Bone Daddy. I mean, Withers. I will refer to him as Bone Daddy. Sorry, you can change my mind. And then I decided it was time to actually start Act 1 and get into the cove. I always try to position everyone in a little bit that helps with their class. So Astarion I put on the top, so he gets advantage and he can sneak up on the goblin on the top. Lae'zel and Zuko I placed a bit closer to the side on the right, so they can more easily get into combat. And Shadowheart was kind of a free-for-all, I didn't really care where she was placed, so I decided to put her on the top of the hill as well. Sometimes when I play, this battle goes really well, sometimes it goes really wrong, so I do want to try and keep most of these people alive. In summary, we killed all the goblins, and we got into the grove. Unfortunately, the next part got distorted, so I'll have to mute this and just talk over it, but we met the tieflings and we failed to convince them to stay. We got Will to stay in our camp, we saved the goblin, and we're gonna try and break her out. We said hi to Auntie Ethel and got a free healing potion. Yay!
Stop! This place is off limits! Leave!
Then we almost made a huge mistake because she started calling for guards.
Guards! Guards!
But nothing happened. Then it was time to see if we could find Healer Nettie to see if she could help us with our predicament. But before that, we talked to Kaga. Kaga. I don't know how to pronounce that, but we talked to Kaga, who's currently the leader while Halsin is gone. I know there's a little chest that we have to get, so I made Astarion do his rogue stealth thing, and we got it. I decided to try and lockpick it. Worst comes to worst, I was just gonna put the whole thing in my inventory, because it happened before that I couldn't open it, because I didn't have any tools. But yeah, we were successful, and then we pretended nothing happened and went to Nettie.
I see you. Just give me a moment.
A tadpole.
And
Give me
then
your
this
arm,
bitch
please.
tried to kill us with poison!
You came to me for help. Do you want it or not?
To prevent the fight, I decided to take my chances and actually let her poison me while waiting and seeing if I can actually
Be careful.
convince her
Your
to
legs
give
will
me the
probably give
antidote.
out first. I'm sorry.
And then this happened. Oh boy, we failed!
I understand you're angry, I really do. But I won't let you endanger these people.
Luckily, we get another chance! And we saved.
God's
I almost had to fight her. I didn't want to. Thank God we didn't have to. But oh my god. We almost ended the campaign right there. Because of that, we actually gained the level. I chose Battlemaster for Zuko with Rally, Riposte, and Disarming Attack as my maneuvers. For Astarion, we chose Assassin just because I really enjoy making him sneak and stalk around opponents. And he will be high up in initiative order, which is always nice to have a rogue be at the top. That's all we can choose for Astaria. Next up is Shadowheart. For Shadowheart, we got a few more spell slots, and that's kind of it. We didn't get a lot, but this is the spell list that I ended up with. For Lizelle, we chose Arcane Archer just because I've never played that before and I kind of wanted to try it out. Now, is trying out something new that you're not familiar with the best option during an honor mode run? No! Do I still want to try it out for variety's sake? Yes. I really like that there are specific arrows for the Arcane Archers, so I chose the following. Banishing Arrow, Bursting Arrow, and Seeking Arrow. And then it was time to face the Harpies. I kind of didn't want to go, but I remembered that I didn't have the mod with more enemies, so we tried.
Shh! Listen! Don't you hear it?
We're gonna try it, and if we die, we start over in the beginning. You know, no problem. So yeah, here we go. My goal was to try and keep the little child alive. So let's see if we're successful in that, I guess. Luckily, we have managed to only have Shadowheart be entranced by the Harpy song. But we got her out of it pretty fast, so that's really good. And yeah, then we decided to just kill it. I'm really glad I distributed everyone everywhere because the Harpies are everywhere as well, so it's easier to reach one of them at least per round. I wasn't sure if we should like target one in the beginning and then go on to the next, or if we should do a little bit of damage to everyone, but because we had a really good start, I just decided to kill one as fast as possible. So, after getting hurt a little bit and fighting, we did manage to kill the Harpies. However, we lost our child. Whoops. Sorry. And then we loaded him. Then I decided to explore the grove a little bit more, and we found another way out, and moved on to some travelers that are in desperate need of help.
Something's wrong. It was filthy with owlbear tracks.
I guess we're going after an owlbear next. With the owlbear, there's a few different outcomes that you can do, that you can get depending on how you fight it, but I will show you that in the next episode most likely. But yeah, we sent them on their way to the owlbear nest.
What?
So we have 2 extra people that can help with the fight. I will not be fighting that today. However, I could not resist meeting Raphael. So here we go.
My, what manner of place is this?
Why does this sound like the beginning of an isekai anime?
I could fix it all.
But Daddy, I can fix them! Anyway, he wants to make a deal, but we said no. And then we decided to try and steal some loot from Spider. Oh, and I was successful in the nature check. However,
You have no doubt.
I failed. I failed so hard, so miserably. So I took it like a champ. And rerolled again with my inspiration. Zuko liked it though. Don't judge me. So we explored most of the first area-ish. And we will go back probably because there's still a few things to do. But we decided to stop at the bridge, go to camp, talk to Wither's daddy.
We meet again. As predicted.
What do you mean by that?
So when you take a long rest on the first night, most of the time all the companions, or most of them, want to talk to you. And I didn't want any backstories of the characters to get lost, so I took my time and actually recorded it, so that's going to be playing after this. So please stick around if you want to see me interact with the characters.
It's quite a sight. The stars, I mean. I could take or leave your chin. No. Just thinking. Reflecting on what tomorrow might bring. When we find the druid, will he know how to bring the worm under control? Will this little adventure of ours be over? Good. I don't want you to run off just yet. You're quite the ally after all. Traversing Avernus, surviving the crash, surviving everything that's followed. I'm not easily impressed by people, but you're stronger than I gave you credit for. Yes, we're more similar than I thought. I was leagues away. I just need to get some air, clear my head. I'll see you later, I'm sure. Sleep tight.
A fine evening, don't you think? The moonlight shines warmly on us. The breeze caresses our faces. Hideous. All of it. Would that I were doing battle up there, among the tears. Look above. Watch the moon cross the sky. The tears follow behind it. Rocky bodies tumbling through the sea of night. One of them is my crash. Clear. Do you think me so sheltered? My entire clutch battled beholders deep within the eye of the sky. We infiltrated a Nyogi spelljammer and laid waste to its crew. The tears span Toral's sky, Venisk. There is more to this realm than this grassy pebble. But enough of this. You are wasting your resting time. Come dawn, we resume our search for a creche.
A tingle runs through your head and down to your feet.
Ah, there it is. That shiver. Our little brainworms have made fast friends, it would seem. How do you feel? Surprising is just the word, isn't it? Before the Illithid's unscheduled surgery, I'd felled hundreds of beasts and a fair few fiends. The tadpoles weakened me, suppressed greater talents, but beyond that, I've showed no signs of turning. No nausea, no pain, not even a hot flash. Perhaps the worm's vat was poisoned. Perhaps we're uncommonly fit. Or perhaps the tadpoles are merely on holiday. We could conjecture all night. I suppose the why doesn't matter so much as the what next. And that answer is plain as the horns on a war devil's head. We get these things out. Let's get some rest. Dawn comes sooner than we think.
The leader of the pack comes to chat. What's on your mind? You must be pleased to have a clear path forward. The sooner we find the Druid house in, the better. I can't wait to get rid of this thing in my head. Head to Baldur's Gate. Someone's waiting for me. Let a girl have some secrets. Was there anything else? It's a beautiful night. I think I'll stay up to enjoy it while I still can. Rest well.
And yeah, that was the first part of the Baldur's Gate 3 Honor Mode series with Zuko as our TAF. Anyway, I had a blast playing this, and even though it took me like a few months to edit this because I've just been too lazy and putting it off because it seems like a really daunting task, right? I'm very happy that I did it, and I hope you guys are along for the journey. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.